How can I find self-worth? Welcome to the School of Self-Worth Live. I'm Sam Osborne, the self-worth guy, and today we are talking about how you can find self-worth. And if there's one thing I want you to remember from this episode, it is become a student of your own mystery. Become a student of your own mystery, and you will find self-worth. And I'm going to talk about three things, the three main things in the hero's journey or the initiation process from ancient times, and it's still relevant today. And those three things are departure, initiation, and return. And those three things are going to help you find self-worth. Let's go into those three things with some example and context. So I'm going to refer here to one of my favorite trilogies, the original Star Wars movies, because it's an excellent example of hero's journey. And it's a way that one of the characters found self-worth, or found, in fact, the way of the Force and his power. I'm talking about Luke Skywalker. So let's put it into context for you. You want to find self-worth. The first thing you need to do is remember that you need to depart where you are. You need to leave your comfort zone. You need to leave your ordinary life in some form, whether that's physically, mentally, spiritually. In some way, you need to leave the comforts of your ordinary existence. You need to step outside your routine. You need to really listen to the call to adventure, as Joseph Campbell would call it. And you need to leave the Shire, as the hobbits did in Lord of the Rings. You need to leave Tatooine, as Luke did, and go and take on the Empire. You need to go into outer space. You need to leave your area. You might need to travel overseas. You might need to travel outside your city. You might need to find new friends, new social groups. You may need to leave your job, some relationship. Whatever it is, you need to depart. There needs to be a departure in your life. That's the first thing you need to do. If you really want to find self-worth that is lasting and extremely powerful and sustaining, you must depart where you are right now. Think of where you are right now as the ordinary world, business as usual. You need to leave that place. But don't worry, we're going to come back to it. You can do a full circle. The second thing to find self-worth is you need to have an initiation. That means you need to have an experience that is really quite shocking to your entire being, that makes you reassess everything about what you believe, everything that you've come to know as true, particularly when it comes to who you think you are and what you think the world is all about. You need to go out into the world, go out into new situations. You need to depart those situations, cross the threshold into new areas, and you need to experience things that make you really question who you are, question the world, so that you start to see things with fresh new eyes. And that's going to be a kind of initiation process. You can also, if you leave your country, that's crossing a threshold, like the political boundaries of your country, and going to another country. That is a modern equivalent of leaving the comforts of your home and going on a journey to be initiated, to find out who you really are, to find out what you're made of, to find out more about the world, and to, let us say, remove the blinkers from your eyes. And I find that if you have an initiation experience, you're going to start to get closer and closer to finding self-worth. And the great mystery of all of these stories from days gone by, especially mythology, but even today with blockbuster movies in Hollywood, which is actually just around the corner, we find the hero or the heroine leaves their place of ordinary life and they go on an adventure, and they learn a heck of a lot about themselves. And they usually are tested. They usually have challenges. They make allies. They make enemies, and they have to face their demons. They have to face some fear, and they have to really look inside themselves for the solution to this challenge. It's there where their weakness is exposed. It's there where they are most afraid that they will find their greatest treasure. They will find their self-worth right there, their gift. So that's the initiation. The third part is the return. the return home. But this time you're returning home with the experience of the initiation, with the experience of discovering your self-worth, with the experience of facing your fears and being through challenges and being tested, finding a mentor and making alliances, making enemies and overcoming all of these things. Just like in the hero's journey of Joseph Campbell, I really recommend you check out Hero with 1,000 Faces, amazing book. Another one which doesn't get talked about as much is Joseph Campbell's Pathways to Bliss. Really cool book. So let's summarize. If you want to find self-worth, you must become a student of your own mystery. And the way that you do that is you remember you need to depart. There needs to be some departure in your life, and you need to then have some initiation, and then you need to return back to where you were with all this new knowledge, and you'll feel complete, you'll feel renewed, and you have definitely found your greatest gift, and that is that self-worth is right in here. All right, everybody, if you've loved this episode, I've got a free gift for you. It's called Crush Imposter Syndrome Forever, the starter kit for bulletproof confidence, and you can get it at the links above on Facebook and LinkedIn, or below on YouTube. And if you're watching, it's on the screen right now, samosborne.com/starter kit. And I invite you to join the School of Self-Worth Facebook group. Come and say hi. That's the best place to get into contact with me and to pose your questions, and I'll love to make a video for you. And if you remember one thing from this video, you must become a student of your own mystery, and that is how you find self-worth. See you tomorrow, everybody.